I'm just walking through Martin Place. I've been to a gig. My first gig in a long time. I only stayed for 2 bands because I'm really tired. This week's been a bit rough. But yeah, I thought I'd just, while I'm walking, update you on how my week's been. Because I mentioned some stuff about teachers and whatever. So, Monday class, I still like the teacher. He's good. Like, I get the impression that he actually cares about us learning stuff. And yeah, you know, not all the teachers kind of have that passion, because we had some people come in to speak, and he actually had some really good questions, and yeah, and he likes my idea, so we have to write a grant proposal, and I'm doing it as if Rainbow Death Ray is releasing a second EP, but budgeting it properly. Yeah, and like working in some women in underground music type stuff, because we've got to have like a cultural relevance or whatever. And yeah, women in underground music still have it a bit rough, you know, just because there's hardly any of us, are very masculine genres and blah blah blah, you know. Anyway, moving on. Tuesday's class is the one where I actually do my artwork, and I'm okay with the teacher now. He does like my idea about using music to explore asexual issues while avoiding all that other crap, you know, the cliches and the problem of having to talk about you know, relationships and sex when that's kind of not what you want to be doing. Yeah, so he liked that and he seemed to chill out. The start of the class was a bit weird, you know. He seemed to say some things and then look at me, but I don't know if that was coincidence, and yeah, I don't know. But then we did this exercise where we had to look through a book about a particular kind of art. I think most of them are actually about a specific artist, but hey, there's some music here. Yeah, no, most people got a book about a specific artist. I got one about street art. And yeah, I managed to have some, like, start a good conversation about my one, so I think he started to chill out and warm up to me then, or maybe I just completely misinterpreted the way he was acting last week. Yeah, and then when I explained my idea, I think I was one of the few artists in the class who actually had a solid idea, so a lot of guys came unprepared. Yeah, so I think he was kind of impressed with how much I'd thought it through. I think I've added stuff since the last video, but I can't remember what I said then and what I said now, so yeah, I'll show you how things go, I guess, as semester goes on. But today's class, it's Friday today, today's the one where I've got to write the project paper, and I gotta tell you, I don't like this teacher. He's much younger guy, and he's actually a design guy, but you know, like, his designs are so impractical that he's kind of moved into the art field, and I just kind of, he reminds me of another lecturer I had a while ago, who was a little bit arrogant, and you know, but so I had to talk to him about my idea as well, because I got to write my project paper as something related. And yeah, he didn't get it. He's focusing way too much on the industrial music side of things than the asexuality thing, and he doesn't know what asexuality is. He's like, oh, is that like a transhumanist thing? I'm like, what do you mean transhumanist? Like, you know, you want to be a robot. Are you serious? And I said, no, it's just that, you know, I probably didn't explain it to him well enough. You know, I tried to say, like, I don't have an experience that other people have, you know, with all the relationships, but he was like, oh, so, you know, is it a kind of a rebellion, or what was the other thing he said? Some kind of activism, or I don't know, and I'm just like, no. And then later on in the class he was trying to come up with, I'm just going to stop here for a sec, yeah, later on in the class he was trying to come up with examples for a research question, and he used mine as an example because I'd talked to him today, whereas he talked to other guys last week. So mine was kind of fresh in his mind, and he was yeah, trying to use my project as example, and he was saying something like, using industrial music to say something about the asexuality as a lifestyle, and I'm like, it's not a lifestyle. I actually said it, it's a sexuality, and he just gave me this sort of look, and I'm like, you don't get it at all, do you? And he also doesn't want me to write about the lyrics, which is weird because the lyrics is where I can explore this the most. There's only so much you can do in the music. I mean, I am playing with, you know, the note names A, C, and E, but only in one song, because otherwise it'll get heaps repetitive. And then I will try to use my sounds to say something, but there's nothing in industrial music that's inherently asexual. The point of using that is to, you know, not have it be in a shit genre, because I have looked up a few more since the last video of like people who've already tried to do, you know, asexuality in music, and they're really, really bad. There are 2 that are listenable that I could find, but the rest are really, really bad. Yeah. So like the whole industrial music thing just happens to be the genre that I want to work in, and you know, it's not, I'm not choosing it for a particular reason, in terms of expressing stuff. So he's focusing way too much on that, and like the lyrics, that's how I get the metaphor through the most. And he's like, oh, you'd just be writing about poetry. No, lyrics, like, they go with the melodies, and I don't know, I'm rambling. I'm a little bit distracted because there's people walking around here, and I think, you know, I don't usually come out with this gadget, and it just feels awkward. So instead of talking some more, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I'm not used to talking and walking. We'll get there. I should probably get a selfie stick instead of this stabilizer too, because it's a pain in the ass to set up. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm sorry I rambled at the end, but yeah, distraction. I will see you later. Pizza time, I'm home, yeah! Sorry about the end of that video. I haven't watched it back yet to see how bad it is, but yeah, just while I was filming, I noticed like this, I think it was a lady, came really close and was taking photos practically right next to me and getting heaps closer, and it just was really distracting. And I've had this problem for as long as I've been making videos. I find it really hard to keep talking when there's someone around and I feel like they might be listening to me. And I don't know why, because it's all going out there anyway, but yeah, for some reason I find that really difficult. And that's one of the reasons I'm having trouble making videos over the last little while, because there's usually someone else home besides me. I mean, of course I'm busy with uni now, but like before that as well, because my mum was trying to retire again, but you know, she's a bit of a workaholic and likes money, so she's working again, except now I'm at uni, so yeah. And then right now I'm sort of talking a little bit smaller than normal because everyone's home. My brother just went to bed, and I still feel kind of awkward with everyone being home and trying to make a video. But yeah, so I think I should have watched it before I made this, but yeah, I was talking about that teacher, and I do feel a bit like I probably shouldn't be talking about this guy while I'm doing his classes, but on the other hand, I really do get the vibe that he just doesn't care and wouldn't watch a video like this anyway, so, you know, but yeah, I can't remember exactly what I said while I was walking through Martin Place, but I guess basically, I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. I get the impression that he doesn't think any of us can write, and you know, it's sort of, is condescending the right word? Yeah, and the way his sort of attitude about asexuality, I mean, I get that he doesn't know what it is, but he just, like, I don't know what is in his head about what it might be, but when I'm like, no, it's a sexuality, I don't know. there's only so much you can say to someone before it's like not worth trying anymore. So I think I'm just gonna have to, he's probably not gonna get it until I write about it, because I'm better at writing than I am at speaking, I think. And then maybe he'll get the gist, but not everyone does, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, and I guess one of the other reasons I don't think he would bother watching this video, and getting offended by it, although, like, I'm the one paying through the government, not actually paying, but, I owe the government now to be taking his classes, so he could try to be a little bit more open. But yeah, so we have this online system where you can leave messages and all that, and he's like, yeah, I totally use that a lot, but I've left 2 messages on it since the day before we had our first class, and he only seems to have looked at it this morning. So, yeah, I totally use it. It kind of just means one day. I don't know, the artists and musicians are very similar in being unreliable on average. I say that as both an artist and a musician, but I am originally more of a maths person, and I don't know if that makes an impact, but I tend to get places early, which, is annoying, because then when people are late, I get even more annoyed because I've been waiting longer than they think I've been waiting. Yeah, is that all I was gonna say? Something like, something subscribe. I'm too tired. Oh, that's right. It was just the, the industrial music thing. But I think I already kind of rambled about that enough. I just hope he's open to what I want to write about, because I don't really want to write about industrial music specifically in relation to asexuality. That's not the point of it. I think, what's kind of frustrating is that when we're going over what our paper, like, it's called project paper, so it doesn't necessarily have to be an essay or an artist statement or whatever. In our first lesson, he gave this huge list of all the different styles of writing we can use. One of them including writing as part of the artwork in some kind of way, and he described it as being similar to creative writing. But then today, when I was explaining my idea to him, and he's all like, oh, you can't just analyze poetry, I'm kind of like, why not? You gave us this huge list of all the different things our project paper can be, and now you're saying it can't be that. Very strange and inconsistent, and I really dislike the inconsistent thing. I know I'm probably inconsistent myself, although I think I tend to be more inconsistent over the long term, because I have changed a lot. I think my greatest period of inconsistency was when I was dating, because it was such a conflict with, who I really was, that's probably a thing for a whole other video. But yeah, no, when people are inconsistent in such a short time frame that can't be explained by them changing as a person, I get really frustrated, Say what you mean, do the things you say, Anyway, speaking of doing the things you say, I'm going to go to bed now. I'm so tired, and hopefully I have time to edit this together, and hopefully it doesn't suck too much. I'm sorry about all the rambling. But isn't my dog cute? Cute. I'm sorry to film the monthly stuff in that messaging. I'm sorry. I've got my front facing camera set to be on low. If I think about making videos each year, I'm probably actually filmed it. I don't know what kids were after, but my community seriously will sneak laws and that's what we use our for whatever. And they don't even like to change just people looking around. That Carol's dad, but the amount of he probably does not get more conversation answer. Yeah, he like that means because he's still. Wow, yes, I said I was going to bed. Sorry, I know. Don't point it out that I'm still rambling. Like, subscribe. Don't bother sharing this one because it's so all over the place, but just give me a little like so I feel good. Good night, everyone.